my name is Quincy Haynes, and I am the Managing Director and Funeral Director of Quincy M. Haynes Funeral and Transportation Services, currently operating from out of Tucson's Funeral Home in Stadium Road, Bush Hall, St. Michael. Our primary services basically include embalming services, the whole funeral services from burials to cremations, repatriations, everything funeral involved. Well, my inspiration mainly came from Joanne Jones, Funeral Services and Pre-Arrangement Center. Years ago, driving limousines with her, for her basically, she would have had a couple conversations with me and said I had the temperament to be a funeral director. And even though I was apprehensive when she passed away, because of the type of individual she was and the spirit that she had, I said, well, let me go forward and get my funeral director's license. And from there, then I think that I felt, I made a great choice, and honestly it feels like my calling at this point. It really feels like my calling. It happens on both ways basically, where that from the embalming standpoint, I'd be there a lot assisting, and I mainly tend to have someone doing it a lot because it's difficult to do it micromanage, and do these particular aspects where the business is concerned, but I'm always there where the preparation standpoint is concerned. And basically that's where the science aspect of it comes in more so than the funeral directing, where the preparation of the body, the anatomy, to do a complete transformation based on the types of diseases, the conditions, the circumstances, how the individual would have passed away, and to make that individual look like, lifelike again. That's where the whole science aspect, hence it's called mortuary science, for the preservation of a deceased, up until the time to burial and interment. I personally believe wherein that the students involved, they have a huge role to play in society, and funeral directors, embalmers, anyone in the funeral services in itself have a huge role to play. And as they say, the children are the future. Someone here might be the next prime minister, the next attorney general, might be the next best funeral director. So for me, in giving back to the students and giving back to society as a whole, for me is very, very important. Whereas where the funeral services is concerned, a lot of people feel like they're not equipped with sufficient information, or at least they are of the belief wherein that people are reluctant to give them information in order for them to get into this industry. And to get into this industry, there must be a level of continuity, as in any other business. So where this is concerned, for me, I feel like it's prudent and important to pass on that information. So if it is a career choice that they want to make in the future, at least they're equipped with the knowledge to go forward and to pursue that particular role. Yeah, well, this is a locally made coffin, and I would say that the students were quite interested. I would say one of the parts in particular that would have surprised me is in that a lot of them actually wanted to have a feel of what it's like to lay down inside of it, which was a little bit peculiar. But there were a number of students, that expressed their interests in, towards the industry, how to get into the industry, how, what subjects they need in order to do certain positions within the funeral industry. It was quite informative, and they showed a lot of enthusiasm and, and interest. And for me, I was very happy. One of the things I would say, first of all, is in that outside of the subjects, you must carry a level of empathy. You must be compassionate. I would say, first of all, make sure that you apply yourself at school, that you have the opportunity, and you follow the necessary subjects, physics, chemistry, biology in particular. Once you're equipped with those, it will help you along the way tremendously in order to achieve that goal of becoming, whether a funeral director, more so specifically a mortician, and you know, you have to further your studies on the outside. A funeral director, on the other hand, is quite easy because you can work alongside a funeral director here for 2 years and then become qualified to be a funeral, you know, for a minimum of 2 years, I should say, to become qualified to be a funeral director. But for a mortician in Bama in particular, you know, those subjects are prudent to have, that you can actually go forward and start in a career field, especially in Barbados, where that they are less morticians as opposed to funeral directors. So there is a need, and there will be a need in the future for more embalmers, morticians, you know. So once they have those subjects, it will go a very long way, without a doubt.